This is all just the more that occurs, the more I'm convinced that everything is inside me and everything is outside of me at the same time. This video is great, and I'm just kind of randomly responding to you, although your message is potent and it gets across. How do we get the message out? The fact is that the human race is living under a group delusion, and this gets through to language. And man, just as you'd like to leave the furniture behind and lie in the grass, where communication, instead of shouting somebody's name, you walked up and touched their shoulder. Instead of saying hello, you smiled. And instead of talking about 10 minutes of pretty inconsequential shit, you could just look at each other's faces. But yeah, most of the world is asleep, and we've got to figure out a way to wake them up. And unfortunately, it's rather violent what we want to do. I don't mean that in a physical sense. Don't get confused here, government. I'm not advocating actual violence. But waking somebody up it's discomforting. I mean, dreams are nice. And I approach this whole thing very cautiously because, I only woke up within the last year, and it wasn't really pleasant. I felt more isolated than I had in a long time at first, until I discovered YouTube. And then I approached YouTube very carefully, speaking about general concepts rather than getting into any of the specific things that were worrying me the most. You know, the worst parts of our government. And but part of the key is that we're drawing ourselves together, and we need to get new converts and learn from the new converts what worked to convert them, so that we can spread the message further. And this essentially has to be viral, because we don't control the printing press, if you will, that mass produces the newspapers. And even here on YouTube, our message can get out and it can spread like crazy. But at the same time, it's so easy for it to just get drowned in this sea of babbling. And we need to refine our message. We've got to hone it down, get to the core, and then we've got to pool our resources, bring together animators, musicians, and the most tech savvy we can find to work together to make this message coherent, enjoyable, entertaining, life-changing. And then maybe we can reach the people we need to. Because right now I still feel like so many of us are in the dark, stumbling around, just reaching out for a warm body that won't push us away. And I am feeling like I'm starting to feel that now. I just recently groped my way through the dark to Boston and grabbed a hold of Ben. And that's just a specific example, but I can talk about private messages that I've been sending back and forth to people. here in the States and overseas that are really, I can feel the bonds being created, the connection between minds, and we've got to reach that out. It's got to spread. It's just got to keep growing until there's enough of us who understand the message that we can start to act on it in mass, or start to demand that, you know, the corporations, which are going to be the last to hear this message. I mean, the corporate structure, these are greed machines. They're made for profit. All right, I don't want to make this video too long, so we got a lot of issues to deal with, and I'm still encountering people that are telling me that it's all good. Just sit, you know, don't worry, be happy. And that's not the message we need. It will improve, things will get better, humanity will be saved, but it's a long, hard road, and it's going to take some effort to do it. So, Zach, all of you, keep pushing. Let's get this whole ship back in balance and on a steady keel. Okay, love you all.